Finding room in a budget to fulfill an essential need for a city can be tricky. By state law, city officials must stay within their budgets. So what happens when a city needs a new road, hospital, or fire station, but there aren't any available funds? This is a story of how a bond is born.
It's one of the oldest fire stations in the county. It's one of the busiest fire stations in the county.
A bond is first born by identifying a need.
The settling got so bad that you could actually see daylight coming in between the bricks. And
it became a very unsafe kind of a situation there. So from that point on, we knew we had to build another fire station.
The city of Holladay has had a need for a new fire station for the last 20 years. But with the high price tag of a new facility, the city has had a hard time finding room in their budget.
This has definitely increased over the last decade or so. You can see this gap here is big enough for me to stick my fingers in. The window is boarded up on the inside.
To try to make the new fire station a reality without overstepping their budget, Holladay city officials met with its financial advisor, Zions Bank Public Finance, to configure a new plan. The city of Holladay has had an existing sales tax revenue bond they issued in 2004. They used the money to purchase and renovate a historic elementary school into their City Hall building. The professionals at Zions Bank Public Finance were able to refinance and restructure the old bond to produce an annual savings to the city by issuing a new bond at a lower borrowing rate. The savings produced from the new bond were large enough to help pay for a new fire station with a minimal increase in annual payment that worked for the city's budget.
We could structure the bonds in a way that the savings that they would get on an annual basis would be just about the same amount of money as would be needed to pay for a new debt service payment for the new bonds that would finance a new fire station. And as a result, it wouldn't have a very large impact on their budget. They could get the project done that they needed and still be able to have the revenue source to pay for it.
It's fantastic. You know, I mean, it's going to be a fun project for something that we've waited for so long to do, be able to have the financial mechanism to do it.
Currently, the existing fire station is condemned. The firefighters use the structure only as storage space to house the trucks and other equipment. The firefighters themselves live in portable trailers behind the station because it is unsafe for them to reside in the old structure.
It's definitely untraditional. It's been not ideal for the crews to be living in these situations, but firefighters make do and do the best we can.
Once information about the bond issue was prepared in a bond offering document called a preliminary official statement, Holladay City contacted Standard & Poor's, a rating agency, who confirmed that the city's bonds, which are backed by the city's sales taxes, would be rated AA. The city then needed to hire an underwriter who would purchase the city's bonds and then sell them to investors. With the city's relatively strong bond credit rating and a market of investors looking for highly rated investments, the city determined it would be best served to sell its bonds through a competitive bond sale to encourage competition among underwriters and reduce the city's borrowing cost. Different investment banks from all over the country bid on the bond issue, including the underwriting desk here at Zions First National Bank.
There are bond issues coming up for sale every day across the country, municipal projects that need financed. In this case, City of Holladay wanted to raise about $3.5 million of new money, in addition to refinancing about $5.5 million of existing debt. Interest rates have dropped substantially enough, so there's a tremendous savings to be had there.
In this particular case, 6 underwriters submitted bids to purchase the city's bonds, with the Zions First National Bank submitting the winning bid, which is the bid with the lowest true interest cost for the city. After the bond is awarded, the final official statement is prepared, legal documents are signed, and the funds for the bonds are transferred to the appropriate parties. The days are numbered for the old Holladay City Fire Station. Now that the bonds have closed, construction on the new fire station should begin in 2012.
So we are extremely excited to be able to have a new modern station, be able to provide the services we need to the community.